Good morning, good afternoon, brothers and sisters. Um, I know I've been off here for a while, but I've been spending time with the Most High Yah. And I'm going to get y'all into what he been giving me into because, like I said, he been taking me from, like, he had me going back. How can I say this, Lord? Most High Yah. Like I have been saying a while back that Yah has been giving me information about on Christianity and how he has taken me out of Christianity. Not saying that I don't believe in the word. How he been taking me to learn about how Christianity is. And I'm going to give y'all a dream that he gave me because, like I said, I like to stay to what he give me and what he teaches me, and not to go on what anybody else really telling me, you know, because we can get misled. And so I'm on, you know how the Most High Yah, he said he's the truth, the way, and life. And I'm walking on the way. And that's what he intended us to do, walk the way. So, and we not supposed to be in Christianity because as he had me do more research, Christianity was brought up in on Catholicism. The Roman Catholic is a foundation for Christianity. And that's why so many people into Christianity, and as you see how they going with the one world religion, all of it blended in with Catholic and Roman. They all believe in the same thing because it's ventured into like Christianity. But I'm gonna get to this because I'm gonna show you how y'all got me into something, and then I'm gonna give y'all another word that got me into. So I'm gonna give you a dream I had. I didn't even just think about this, y'all. So I had a dream. I was at this house, right? And I was with two other people. Like we was at this house and we was in this room. We went in one room and it had a door ahead of us and a door behind us. But as we was in this house, in this room, we made a pallet on the floor. And a boy was on this side of me, I was in the middle, and a young girl was on the side of me. And we was at this house for something, but I don't know what. And so I had told them, that I couldn't sleep because I keep seeing ghosts, right? I kept seeing ghosts. So, because we was laying on the pallet, like it's a door behind us, right? And so a door in front of us. And as I'm laying on the pallet, I see ghosts just coming through the door, right? The door ahead of us. So I told them I couldn't sleep because I see ghosts. Because I had told him that I seen a little boy. I'm reading all my notes, y'all, my dream. I had told him that at the door, I seen a little boy. He came to the door, right? And we were scared because they didn't believe me at first. But I told him it was a ghost, so I guess they seen it. So the little boy, he walked through the door, and I told him I seen a ghost, and he went through the other door, the back way. So as we're laying on the back door, in the room, and there's a door here, so the girl next to me, she opened the door. And we looked in the room behind us, and it was another room behind us, and another room behind that. So like when you look through the door, the entry we could turn and look through the door, and then you could look through that door, and it's another door with a room. Like you could look straight through the rooms. And then all of a sudden, a light flicked on in the room behind us. And I asked her, I said, did you do that? And she said, no. So we hurry up and shut the door. We hurry up and shut the door behind us, and we start saying the Lord's Prayer. We start saying, Our Father who are in heaven. We start saying a prayer, me and her. And the boy, he was like, y'all don't be saying that, because he was scared. But me and the young girl, we was saying it. And so they started joining. He started joining in. Then all of a sudden, this what got me. And we closed the door. And then all of a sudden, the front door where we was at, it opened up. And there was some stairs that we looked at that was coming down. You know, stairs was coming down in the other room ahead of us. And all we seen was this guy, this young guy. He started floating down, but his head was turned sideways. You know how somebody's neck was broken? So he started floating down and his neck was turned. And then he started coming through our room door. And so as he started coming through the room door, they took out running because he was running after us, right? But I stopped because he was saying something. So as I was listening to the boy say something, he started talking to me and he said, I heard him say something about 1492. And at the address we was at, he said 1492 and he gave the address of where we was at. I felt like we was at that address. And he was telling me about how him and other children got captured in his house during and was tortured to become Christians. And as he told me this, he was telling me this, another ghost pop-up was a little girl, and she was standing next to him as he was telling me this story, and that they was tortured to become Christians. And they and as he was telling me how they got tortured to become Christians, right? And you know, believe they broke his neck. And as he was telling me this, behind him was like a, you know how that Chuck E. Cheese rat was, but the rat was purple and black, and it was standing beside him. So I felt like it was holding him hostage. And this how the boy and the girl looked like old days. You know how it was like the old days, how people looked, how they was dressed modern. So they were dressed in those kind of clothes, right? So I got out of my bed and I woke up and I typed 1492 about converting over to Christianity, right? Why I found an article in 1492. I think I told y'all 1492 because he told me it was 1492 that this happened to them, the ghost, the boy. So I looked up and it said in 1492, Spain forced Jews to flee the country or convert to Christianity. And this time about Christopher Columbus. And as I'm reading about with Christopher Columbus, how he went with the slave trade and then, you know, took our people captive, Jews captive, took them over. And God started converting people over to Christianity. And if they didn't change over to Christianity, because Christianity was built with the Roman practices, the Catholic practices, if they didn't switch over to that, they'll get rid of them, or they had to move also, but still harm them or get rid of them. It's an article I found. And so I read that and I was like, okay, y'all, and I'm like, this dream, but this started with this little boy told me in 1492. This happened to them. And so that got me back with the Christianity. But then what also I'm paying attention as y'all telling me, look at Christopher Columbus' name. It got Christ in there. C-H-R-I-S-T. Christianity got Christ. C-H-R-I-S-T. Had me thinking, do they think Christopher Columbus was like they Christian back, was Christ to them? Because as I read the article, it said he discovered a new world. What they trying to get us into? New world order. NWO. And he discovered a new world, but America was already founded. But how they tricking everything into with Christianity. And it said the day before Christopher Columbus set sail for the New World, or whatever it was he was hoping to find, another ship carrying a heavy historical legend left Spain on August 2nd, 1492, to a ship of Jews, those living in the expelled from the Lyrian something, y'all. It's just a whole thing about him. But also, I had, you know how people do with history, also found out that when talking about the Jews, that also how he found the Israelites supposed to be like on a ship too, just like I talking about this ship, that it was another people with Jews on there, how they took over their stuff. But it's just so much, y'all, so much of history. We got to go in history. So much I learned with that. But start off with that dream, because y'all been having me on walking on the way. That's why his children were walking the way. We're not into religion. They want you to be into religion. We're into a relationship with them. So they've been changing stuff, names and everything. So y'all got me. He has me going back to it is Hebrew. Now, this is no coincidence and how y'all had got me about this with Christopher Columbus, right? This is what he brought to my attention. Because they have people to say with Jesus Christ instead of his Hebrew name. And it's all about control and slavery. Because look at this. Go back in Christopher Columbus, right? Christopher Columbus was their Christ. Because he pinpoint to me Christ inside of Christopher Columbus' name. So, and Christopher Columbus had discovered a new world. So this is why they come with the New World Order. So they looked at Christopher Columbus as their Christ, with his name Christopher, with Christ in there, and Christianity, as they was converting people over to Christianity, still have the word Christ in it. Like Christmas got Christ in it. Christianity, Christ, Christopher Columbus, all these words. But back then he had me look at Christ and Christopher Columbus' name. And when Christopher Columbus came over, we know he was a slave trade. He was a slave trader. So that's when the New World came over, and they idolized him as a Christ. Because the New World, they went into slavery, taking over the real children of Yah, the Hebrews, the Israelites, took over their world, stole their book, their inheritance and everything. But we know this was of a curse. But still, this whole transition went over. It's no coincidence. And then they start using the Bible as a part of using our own word, taking out certain parts of our word, that the word y'all gave us as slavery. And many people not going to want to hear this because they so trapped up into that Christianity. Y'all say, and that's built on Romanism. The European Roman. Start back right then. But also, y'all say, come up out of her. Talking about Roman practices. Talking about this Roman. It's this Catholicism. Come out of her. Babylon. It's America built up on it. But, that's why I believe in the word. People think because I said I'm not with Christianity. Yeah, I'm not with Christianity. I'm not with religion or Christianity. I'm on the way. The word. I believe in the word. At the beginning is the word. The word is the word. Yah is the word. The truth is word. And his son, Yahushua. You got to believe in his son to set us free. Because they want to go back to the Old Testament, to their new world. That's why they doing with that. Want to go back to slavery. With that new world that they have, with that new world order, like Christopher Columbus. And that's before Christ. They say Christ, but before Yahuwah came, they want to go back to that slavery. Told y'all they want to go back to the Old Testament. They don't want the New Testament. But started off with Christopher Columbus, y'all. Christopher. And this is why y'all has me to come back to his Hebrew name. And because they start switching up, because, you know, the America was founded on Masonaries. And this what got me with that, y'all, with Christ. And then I'm like, why they just worship this name so much? Like you turn on radio stations, everything, this name is above every name. Even though we know Yahuwah, but they changed the name to their God and worshiping into Christianity, all into paganism and everything, to worship what they want to worship. Satan, just why this world is full with nothing but just evil. That's why y'all say get us back to the truth. And it's on Yahushua, y'all. So he has me going back to studying all his way before all this happened. Before all this converting to Christianity, we go back to our roots. That's why he said restore. But we got to be careful because, you know, you can go and fall off into being hating all this kind of stuff. But follow the word. His Torah, his word, his commandments. Because look at this. Y'all know I'm going to say, look at this. So this morning. But last night, y'all been having me in Leviticus. The day before, they had me on Leviticus, but with work, so it's kind of hectic, so I'm trying to fit it in. I write my scriptures in. So this morning, he got me in Leviticus 25, 26, and 27. But as I go on to my Torah and I go in my Bible, he got me into the 50-year Jubilee. So I'm looking at the 50-year Jubilee because I heard about the Jubilee, but I didn't know really what the Jubilee is. Like I said, I'm still learning. And he had me to subtract 2025, take 50 years from that. It go back to 1975. So from 1975 to 2025, this is the 50-year Jubilee, as an American thing. You know how they do they calendar. But 50 years. 50-year Jubilee, 1975, 2025, because I did 2025 to track 50. And it led me to from 1975. So 1975 to 2025 is 50 years. So he got me on this, and he been telling me about the Exodus, right? And then he had me also about with Christopher Columbus in that article. They talking about the Exodus in there, talking about they had to force the Exodus. Showing me about the 50-year Jubilee. He also told me about returning the property, about giving us back the property that restored to us, of your, you know, your blessings and your curse. But also he had me about, you know how with all this they switching to the NWO and how they trying to take away the dollar and the money and all this stuff going on, this transition. And y'all let me know that his children, not just his children, because his Gentiles has been, that had been adopted in, and all who follow him, y'all. He telling me with the 50-year Jubilee, this time with this transition, we know with Trump and all that going on, and in 2025, and when they do that switch over, and they trying to take away the dollar, a lot of us debt gonna get paid off. In that switch they trying to do, a lot of his children debt's gonna get paid off. Debt just gonna be wiped away in the midst of this transition. You know how they have many as slavery, being Egypt and stuff, and slave with Babylon, gonna be set free. This one he also told us about with second Exodus. And that's why I said he got me on that. And then with Leviticus 26, it's talking about blessings and retribution. And also, y'all was telling me about with retribution and punishment on the punishment on inflicted as vengeance for wrong or a criminal act against the other side. Who all criminal act and did his children wrong, just not his children, but I'm saying adopted Gentiles in. People that do them wrong, especially with his children, because you know, y'all said if Gentiles come in and they'll be saved too with us. Because also he gave me up in with Leviticus 25, talking about giving back the land, possession of your land, all this stuff. The year of Jubilee, and then told redemption of property. Get back everything that they stole from us. Y'all also been telling me about, you know how Trump and them say, the golden age. They trying to go to the golden age. Y'all got me with the 50 year of golden Jubilee. '50-year golden Jubilee. Even though they saying they want to go to the golden age, we're going to the 50 year of golden Jubilee. Y'all using the enemy to set up for our blessings. And then it's with the curse, he said, we're going back to Leviticus 26. I'm going to finish it because this is about the curse. But if you do not obey me, do not observe all these commandments, and if you despise my statutes, or if your soul harbors my judgments, because that's judgments, so that you do not perform all my commandments, but break my covenant, I also will do this to you. This is what he's telling his children. You go along and go against him. This is why he's telling us, come back, come get out of her, Babylon. Come up out of that Romanism, that Catholicism. Come out of that stuff. Come back to him. Restore, go back to him, the original intent. They worship other gods.
Leviticus 26. Ye shall make you no idols nor graven image, neither rear you up a standing image, neither shall ye set up any image of stone in your land, to bow down unto it, for I am the Lord your God. Ye shall keep my Sabbaths, and reverence my sanctuary. I am the Lord. If ye walk in my statutes, and keep my commandments, and do them, then I will give you rain in due season, and the land shall yield her increase, and the trees of the field shall yield their fruit, and your threshing shall reach unto the vintage, and the vintage shall reach unto the sowing time. And ye shall eat your bread to the full, and dwell in your land safely. And I will give peace in the land, and ye shall lie down, and none shall make you afraid. And I will rid evil beasts out of the land, neither shall the sword go through your land. And ye shall chase your enemies, and they shall fall before you by the sword. And 5 of you shall chase 100, and 100 of you shall put 10,000 to flight. And your enemies shall fall before you by the sword. For I will have respect unto you, and make you fruitful, and multiply you, and establish my covenant with you. And ye shall eat old store, and bring forth the old because of the new. And I will set my tabernacle among you, and my soul shall not abhor you. And I will walk among you, and will be your God, and ye shall be my people. I am the Lord your God, which brought you forth out of the land of Egypt, that ye should not be their bondmen. And I have broken the bands of your yoke, and made you go upright. But if ye will not hearken unto me, and will not do all these commandments, and if ye shall despise my statutes, or if your soul abhor my judgments, so that ye will not do all my commandments, but that ye break my covenant, I also will do this unto you. I will even appoint over you terror, consumption, and the burning ague, that shall consume the eyes, and cause sorrow of heart. And ye shall sow your seed in vain, for your enemies shall eat it. And I will set my face against you, and ye shall be slain before your enemies. They that hate you shall reign over you, and ye shall flee when none pursueth you. And if ye will not yet for all this hearken unto me, then I will punish you 7 times more for your sins. And I will break the pride of your power, and I will make your heaven as iron, and your earth as brass, and your strength shall be spent in vain. For your land shall not yield her increase, neither shall the trees of the land yield their fruits. And if ye walk contrary unto me, and will not hearken unto me, I will bring 7 times more plagues upon you according to your sins. I will also send wild beasts among you, which shall rob you of your children, and destroy your cattle, and make you few in number, and your highways shall be desolate. And if ye will not be reformed by me by these things, but will walk contrary unto me, then will I also walk contrary unto you, and will punish you yet 7 times for your sins. And I will bring a sword upon you, that shall avenge the quarrel of my covenant. And when ye are gathered together within your cities, I will send the pestilence among you, and ye shall be delivered into the hand of the enemy. And when I have broken the staff of your bread, 10 women shall bake your bread in one oven, and they shall deliver you your bread again by weight, and ye shall eat and not be satisfied. And if ye will not for all this hearken unto me, but walk contrary unto me, then I will walk contrary unto you also in fury, and I, even I, will chastise you 7 times for your sins. And ye shall eat the flesh of your sons, and the flesh of your daughters shall ye eat. And I will destroy your high places, and cut down your images, and cast your carcasses upon the carcasses of your idols. And my soul shall abhor you. And I will make your cities waste, and bring your sanctuaries unto desolation, and I will not smell the savour of your sweet odours. And I will bring the land into desolation, and your enemies which dwell therein shall be astonished at it. And I will scatter you among the heathen, and will draw out a sword after you, and your land shall be desolate, and your cities waste. Then shall the land enjoy her Sabbaths, as long as it lieth desolate, and ye be in your enemy's land. Even then shall the land rest, and enjoy her Sabbaths. As long as it lieth desolate it shall rest, because it did not rest in your Sabbaths, when ye dwelt upon it. And upon them that are left alive of you I will send a faintness into their hearts in the lands of their enemies. And the sound of a shaken leaf shall chase them, and they shall flee, as fleeing from a sword, and they shall fall when none pursueth. And they shall fall one upon another, as it were before a sword, when none pursueth. And ye shall have no power to stand before your enemies, and ye shall perish among the heathen. And the land of your enemies shall eat you up, and they that are left of you shall pine away in their iniquity in your enemies' lands, and also in the iniquities of their fathers shall they pine away with them, if they shall confess their iniquity, and the iniquity of their fathers, with their trespass which they trespassed against me, and that also they have walked contrary unto me, and that I also have walked contrary unto them, and have brought them into the land of their enemies. If then their uncircumcised hearts be humbled, and they then accept of the punishment of their iniquity, then will I remember my covenant with Jacob, and also my covenant with Isaac, and also my covenant with Abraham will I remember, and I will remember the land. The land also shall be left of them, and shall enjoy her Sabbaths, while she lieth desolate without them, and they shall accept of the punishment of their iniquity, even because they despised my judgments, and because their soul abhorred my statutes. And yet for all that, when they be in the land of their enemies, I will not cast them away, neither will I abhor them to destroy them utterly, and to break my covenant with them, for I am the Lord their God. But I will for their sakes remember the covenant of their ancestors whom I brought forth out of the land of Egypt, in the sight of the heathen, that I might be their God. I am the Lord. These are the statutes and judgments and laws which the Lord made between him and the children of Israel in Mount Sinai by the hand of Moses.
Y'all, so much going on. Keep our eyes on y'all. But, because also we know we're going into that great tribulation era, even though it's going to get worse. All this stuff going on. That's why y'all told us to come back to him. Leave these other gods alone, that paganism. What do you think that paganism, that Christianity and that paganism and that Catholicism, that what the foundation is Catholic, European. And then I'm like, with Christopher Columbus, I understand 1492, but I didn't, with that dream, I didn't think about Christopher Columbus and sail the ocean in in the 1492. You know how they had us in school singing it. But then I looked that up. And that's why he had me to go back to his original intent, his name. Go back to before these people had us convert over to this stuff. They, but it's a curse that was upon our ancestors and us because of disobedience. Still a curse because he's still calling his children back. But he said if they humble themselves, return to him, he love them. Just not them. I'm just saying not with us, even the Gentiles. Because he for humanity. But you have to humble and repent. Yeah, but I had to share that with y'all. Because I got me 50 years. The 50-year Jubilee. Debt's paid off. Is debt paid off? It's all kind of stuff going on with that. Just know y'all are taking care of children in the midst of this. So all that stuff going on, y'all, even with this Trump, because even with this Trump thing back then, when Trump was rewarding people with funds through that COVID stuff, whoever president, y'all still gonna look out for his children. Even in the midst of whatever go on in this world, we stay in him. He gonna take care of us. He'll have it that the wicked will bless the righteous. He still gonna have the wicked bless his children in the midst of whatever going on. Because even with that transition, I didn't even think about that. About with this transition, he said even debts would get paid off in it. With that whole switch over, he'll wipe them debt free. Yeah. But I just want to get this to y'all real quick. Y'all be blessed. And y'all, who's your name? Y'all get back to going back to the old days. We need to go back to the old original, go back to the Most High Yah, to how He had us before our ancestors and all this. Before all that, we need to go back. Go back to the word from the beginning and cut out everything. You need to have a smooth ground, just go back. But He said we have to have a mind as a child. We got to be willing to learn. He's unraveling things. But you got to be want to know the truth. The truth will set you free. He is the truth, the way, and the life. The truth and the way and the life. It's so many, y'all, it's so much going on around here. Keep your eyes on y'all. It's so much false doctrine and so much going on. Y'all be blessed. Love y'all.